All right. Let's get this started. Do we have picture? It appears we do. We have sound. Yep, we've got sound. All right, and we've got the chat showing all comments, not just ones that their AI filter thinks are important. Now we just have to wait for Morrowind to load. It's sleepy. um, there we go. It might actually be my computer that's sleepy, but come on. Okay, now what is it doing, really? There we go. Okay. And with the first ding of there's something wrong with one of your arrows, with the script on one of your arrows, it should expand. At least that's how it usually works. It's supposed to be dig author. Who knows? Who knows? But I love the fan art that this game has inspired. There we go. I knew it would do it. I just had to hit that error message. Now we have to wait for Distant Lands to load. Because MGXE is amazing, but it has to think. At least I'm not running a grass mod. I've thought about it, especially with Anvil, or not Anvil, with Province Cyrodiil being the way it is, which is fairly empty, but it would look really good with a ground cover, but I haven't explored, because I really don't want a ground cover in the rest of Morrowind. Like, I've made the terrain interesting enough, but I think with the biome that Cyrodiil is supposed to be in, grass would make sense. Plus, we haven't spent a whole lot of time in the Grazelands in this game. It's one of those, like, how badly does grass cover affect performance? I've done all kinds of things with this install that I've never done before because I'm like, it'll hurt my frame rate, but my frame rate's been fine, so I don't know. We'll contemplate grass, I guess. Come on. Come on, MGEXE. There we go. All right. We are en route to Drulene Fallon's hut because once again, her guar herd is being harassed, this time by bandits, apparently. And she has appealed to House Redoran, her house for assistance. So we get sent because even though Arvessa may have grown up in House Redoran, she's still a newbie to working with them here on Vardenfell. And therefore has to do all the piddly work. We have Olin with us because it's a House Redoran quest. We have Drulene with us because he begged us to train him. What are we fighting? We're fighting a Durzog.
You're growing weaker. No time for idle hands.
Who are we killing? Why are we killing Shireel? No, really, why are we all killing Shireel? We also have her with us. She's probably the one that needs to be... We're just going to skip this combat. We're just going to keep bouncing ahead as fast as we can until they all catch up. She's probably the one that needs to be left behind somewhere, but at the same time, it's like she's our tank. But we have Olin right now. We should leave her in Olin's cottage since I think we're going to be walking past it. No, we're not. We're not. We need to go further west than that to get to Drulene's hut. He lives outside Margon, which does a lot for conflict. Come on, come on. Nope, nope. Constance. Ah, jeez.
Death comes for you. Surrender or forfeit.
I've managed to aggro how many cliff racers? Latte, please don't die. Which is what is gonna happen. I have no fucking clue what they are doing. Okay, we're gonna go back a save, and we're gonna leave Shireel. Where would be a good place to leave Shireel? Probably the Mages Guild in Aldrone. Or Aeneas Sindaris' house. She'll probably, if she wants company, it'd probably be the Mages Guild, though they might be a little too nosy about her whole half-winged Twilight thing. Morrowind. I also need to find a rally humanoid spell because I went and looked and that you have to cast that on vampire cattle before you can break the thrall. So we need to find that. Alright, Shireel, we're gonna go in here. What are you carrying? Just your own stuff. Companionship. Stay here for a while. Okay.
Something wrong?
That way we have constant. 6 is just a bit much. Plus, maybe we can get past all those cliff racers without... everyone losing their tiny minds. Where's the Breton dude? There he is. You do not have... Do I already have Rally Humanoid? No. Do you... No, you are an enchanter. You do not sell spells. Nope. Nope. Huh.
Well, hello there.
I was hoping there would be something like restore the equivalent of like Veloth's Indwelling or something like that. Training? No. I think there's somebody in the kitchen.
You seem to be fitting in well, Outlander.
Yeah.
I am blessed to be at your service, Outlander.
Oh, you're an enchanter. Oh, I have nothing to give you to enchant. However, you have an anvil, but I think we repaired everything very recently. At least my sword is in very good shape for it. You just do travel. Not sure what that is. Edwina... Training... No. Okay, I guess we can't get that spell here. Oh well. Well. Off we go. Oh, that's a ball. I was like, that is a very big rock. It is not a rock, it is a ball. Let's overwrite the save file. That was absolutely not helpful. Thank you, boys. Latte. For real, my dude, stop with the miscasting. You almost died. I saw the butterfly wings at the pawnbroker, and they seemed like the perfect color for Constance. I couldn't help it. She's too cute. Too cute.
Forfeit my mercy.
This is going to be fun.
Where is it?
You can't escape me.
Dang, ring around the rosy with it. There we go. Now this one, I think, is one of the gross ones. Ew, yes, we're getting corpus meat off of it. Gross, 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 gross. I'm not sure who killed the Durzog. One of our archers. Dacia, I'm bored. How about taking a short break, enjoying the lovely day, and having a chat? You know, it wasn't that bad that this Khajiit guy never showed up. You think you think so? Yes, the two of us are getting along quite well, aren't we? Yeah? Glad you think so. I'm sure we'll get along fine together. This Khajiit guy I was supposed to team up with, I never really liked the idea, you know. He was a friend of my Uncle Balgoth, and usually the friends of my uncle are destined to end up in trouble. Just like my uncle. You probably haven't met my uncle, but I bet you've at least met one of his friends, Fargoth. Yes, a likable little... Right. If I tell you that my uncle and Fargoth are two of the same kind, then you know what kind of family I come from. Actually, Uncle Balgoth is my only relative on this island. I'm from Wayrest, but my mom died when I was born, and my dad... Well, there's a guy who really, really gets into trouble way too easily. He's what kind of trouble? Professional trouble, sort of. Yeah, he's a thief, and not the best one. If he tries to pickpocket someone, you can be sure the only thing the person has got in his pocket is a mousetrap. Loaded and ready to snap. Burglaries usually end up in a complete disaster, like when he jumped through the window to the house of a wealthy merchant, and the merchant's wife had put a huge barrel with honey just in front of it. Needless to say, my father was sweet as honey when the guards caught him. So he spends most of his time in prison then? Yes, so I'm very much used to taking care of myself, having done so since I was a child. Oh, I certainly made an art out of looking with tear-filled eyes at foods in the shop. Usually someone gave me something to eat, and if they didn't, well, let's just say that I didn't leave the shops with empty pockets anyway. A girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do, you know. I'm sure you got around fairly well then? Certainly, and I was lucky too, because an older wood elf girl thief, Yana, took me on as her, well, adept, and she taught me most of the tricks in the book, like begging, pickpocketing, sneaking, and, of course, charming. She could even charm a guard into carrying her loot. Once when we were, well, shoplifting, and when the guard caught us, she convinced him that the loot was the stolen inheritance from her grandmother, and that the shopkeeper had tried to sell it off. And when the shopkeeper was arrested by the guard, Yana was put in charge of the shop. Oh, of course we plundered all the gold that was there, and when the guard returned after delivering the shopkeeper to prison, he paid us for looking after the store. Yana cried like a fountain and told him that she wanted something to remember him by. I don't know how she did it, but somehow she convinced him to let this memory be the key to the treasury chamber of the museum. So where's this Yana now? Alas, our ways separated after a couple of years, and then a local charity committee decided to take care of me. Meh. I ended up working as a kitchen maid in the greedy Wernreth family's home. They hardly gave me any food and commanded me to work from early morning until bedtime. I couldn't stand the wife, and the husband started to give me eyes. Gih! As if he dared to touch me. I swear I would have hit him so hard that... Never mind. You left the place, obviously. Yep, I did. I left, and I took all the house silver with me. Got me plenty of money for the fare to Morrowind. But I never needed to pay. I hid in the cargo hold below deck. There was plenty of food, so the trip really wasn't that bad. And then I arrived at Satanine, where I met my uncle. But that's a different story. I'll tell you that some other time. Constance, just for the record, you wouldn't steal from me, would you? Me? Steal from you? What a silly question. And you wouldn't lie to me either. Look, I think we should be moving on now, don't you agree? Come on, let's get started immediately. We'll talk some more the other day. Some other day. That wasn't an answer to my question. Well, there is only one answer to your question. No, I wouldn't lie to you. Either this means I indeed wouldn't lie to you, or it means that I indeed would lie to you, and if I do lie to you, the answer to your question would still be no, I wouldn't lie to you. You got that? Good, then let's move on. Well, she hasn't acquired anything extra in her inventory. However, we need to get rid of this corpus meat, which I think we're okay. And I have no idea what the stream is doing, Apologies, I don't know why it's struggling. It's gotta be my home internet, but there's nothing I really can do. Either that or OBS is flaking out. It tends to crash when I try and close it, but it's OBS, so... Sanctuary, let's see. Okay. We want to head to Nissus, I think?
This is going to be fun.
And if the next sounds look weird for my playthrough, that's because I accidentally overwrote the texture replacer I had, which was done by Peterbit. I need to reinstall it. I'm a terrible archer. There we go. Okay, yeah. Here's the food shop. And then... Where's Night Eye? I kind of want to drop. How am I supposed to be training Drulene if I can't even do the most basic illusion spell? Oh well, we'll figure it out. Yeah, that looks good. Turn up the brightness, turn up the contrast, and outline thickness. There we go. I mean, it's not great, but... Food Route Outpost. And this is your reminder, guys. Everybody, if you haven't taken a drink lately, please do. You're a guard. Let's sell some of the hound and Durzog meat we've collected. You look tired, Scout. For a traveler like you, there's nothing better than a fresh drink and some good grilled meat. Or would you prefer one of my tinsains? I know a thief when I see one, and I don't like having your little wood elf companion
It's
around.
fine with me. Go ahead.
Oh.
It would be a pleasure to do business with you.
Okay. Just buy some meat, please. Thank you.
It's fine with me. Go ahead.
Cornbread onion soup. Looks sort of yummy. Not sure about pit cheese, though. That has unpleasant implications.
How wonderful. Another tourist.
Boiled corn, grilled chicken leg, onion soup. Nolan, you're in the way. Alright. Let's see, I know Drulene's hut is around here somewhere. It's over there? Okay.
forfeit my mercy.
Oh, there's my arrow. Oh, come on. There we go. Now I need to get Constance's if she shot any out of here. She didn't shoot any. But still, okay. Drulene! Where are you? Did she go inside for the night?
Speak freely.
Drulene! Is she outside and we... Oh, I wanted to make tea. Actually, we need to make stew of some kind. No mushrooms, eh? Plenty of this. Add ingredient, herbs. The Hope of the Redoran. Blunt weapon skill. Well, I guess she does have a shepherd's crook, which would be her primary weapon, I'd assume. Alright, let's go see what she needs to talk to us about. Drulene, where are you? Where is she, guys? She's supposed to be, like, right here. Oh, there she is. Drulene. Couldn't see you over there in the dark. Did Naminda send you again? I've been having trouble with bandits. Well, yes, I guess I owe you some hacklow leave. I'm glad to hear the bandits won't be troubling us again. Here you are, Dacia Blackeye. Just ask if you ever need anything. Me? I'm just a guar herder. I haven't seen any more mud crabs. Thanks for asking, though. Okay. I guess we had already cleaned out that bandit cave, so more hacklow for us. It's still cooking. Let's see. Let's see. What can I make? Let's make some paper pulp. Need wood in order to make a canvas. Feed companions. Eat stew. Move the cooking pot. Alright. Where's my paper mold? Okay. Let us be on our way. Back to Aldrun. Actually, I want to gather more crafting supplies real fast. Axon has my travel easel with my oils paints in it. There's a tree.
Run now.
Careful with that, friend. Die, Jack.
You know, training with you is really helping. It's so much easier with someone here to check my technique. I was thinking, though, I really don't know much about you except that you're a freelance adventurer. Will you tell me more about yourself? So tell me, how'd you come to Morrowind? I don't really want to. Well, that's your choice. We all have secrets, I guess. But I'm not very comfortable traveling with someone I don't know anything about. Well, the problem is that she didn't come in on the prison ship. So. And she's a spy. That's her trade. Anyways, are you the one shooting the ebony arrows? No. Who has the ebony? Arvessa, maybe? Yeah, you've got the ebony. So these are yours. And Constance has...
I'm listening.
these. Is there an issue with your neck being missing?
I'm listening.
This is neck wrap. I think she's actually wearing it. Yeah, she's wearing it. Let me see if that fixes the issue, though. Putting on Vess's neck wrap.
Speak freely.
Need to borrow this first. Need to borrow this for a second.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. We'll get you a neck wrap someplace else.
Please, speak.
Because this is definitely Vess's. I think it's just gray. It just looks like it's missing the texture on that particular body part. Expensive easel? No. Anyways, I was going to... Thin loot. That's level 80. Okay. Okay. I want to paint some more scenery, but now we need to actually use Civi intervention and go back, hopefully, to Eldrun. Oh no. Well, it could be worse. Okay. We're near Telerune. That would be Sadrith Mora in front of us. Did not expect to be out this way anytime soon. Oh, look, hey, there's a ship right here. Wonder what's in it. Someone else has been exploring it.
I'll see you dead.
We'll deal with that when we come back up. Stop right there, Stone Elf. Don't come any closer. Why are you here? Who sent you to find me? Speak carefully. No one sent me. I just wanted to take a look inside the ship. Listen, we really need your help. We're on our way to Vivek. There are rumors that a bookseller there might be able to help us, but we're never going to make it with our skiff. Unfortunately, we had a little incident in Sadrith Mora, which means we can't use the transportation services. Would you do us a favor? Depends on the favor. Go to the shipyard in Sadrith Mora. Convince Eris the guard to walk into the warehouse. Then trap him by using a lock spell on both doors. Remember, there's an entrance at the front and at the back of the warehouse. And don't lock yourself in. Here, take these scrolls. He used them to lock us in at night, and we stole them when we left. They should get the job done. Once you're finished, come back to us, and we will do the rest. I also took an enchanted amulet. You shall have it if you do us this favor. Lifts heavy crates. Steals away clouds. And wind in ears. Okay. That's exciting. Let's go help some escaped slaves out. Alright. I guess it isn't that far at all. Ow. Oh, I should probably put on my skirt if I'm going to be in the water. Okay, we need a way up that doesn't actually. Smirkfang has all the pearls around here taken care of. Alright, we're looking for a guard named Eris. That would be this dude. That would not be what I wanted to do.
Is there something I can do for you, Outlander?
If I look a little less like a drowned rat. Found them. Follow me inside. I don't want to report it twice. Let's go inside and talk to Odral. Oh shit. Audra will fire me for that. Why couldn't they just behave like other slaves? I'm a guard. I'm here to keep slaves from stealing things. Talk to Adral. He has a job for you. Once again, those... Ah. The downside of MWSE. Let's go turn off Smart Companion and Easy Escort. So we can be sure to, like, be able to dump him. Let's see. Where did I put that? There we go. It's under companions. All right. Let's try this again. This is just part of, that was just part of a piece of art with St. Geob the Eradicator, which that jerkface bailed on us. We haven't gone back and told Caius yet, though. Not sure if we want to. Considering it was Caius who sent us to Satanine to collect whoever came off the prison ship, which would be Geob. However, there was also a Drulene who escaped on her own. So Dasia's thinking before she goes back and reports to Caius again, which she can't do until we talk to Zanzubani, the Ashlander trader merchant in Drulene, and he won't talk to us until we fulfill our promise to Drulene to train him some more. But she's thinking that once we talk to Zanzubani, we go find wherever Arulin was left. I think she's actually in the apartment above Caius, and have her come and be like, here, we may have lost Gia because the crazy pants wants to go spend his days hunting cliff racers on his own, but we do have her. Maybe this will also work? Dij is still a little vague on what Caius needs the people from the boat for. Like, maybe he just needed the package that Celis Gravius had given Giab to deliver. But she's not sure. These are machinations well above her pay grade.
What do you want, Outlander?
You're back, Outlander. Have you found them? Follow me inside. I don't want to report it twice. Let's go and talk to Odril. Alright. Odril? Where are my slaves, Outlander? What do you want? What do you know? Wait here, I'll come back with them. Alright, fine, I'll wait. We lost somebody. Where is Olin? There he is. Okay, now the stupid locking spell. Your spell has locked its target. Not very well. Okay, I need to go around to the other side of the warehouse. Right click. Mark. That was not what I wanted to do. Alright, they're locked in. Now. I need to turn Easy Escort and Smart Companion back on. I don't think I actually need to turn it off, but sometimes it gets really weird. Enable. Okay. Let's get mashup. Doesn't have to build another virtual file. And because those two are just MWSC scripts, I don't have to rerun TES3 merge, sorry. Or mlocks again, because there's no plugin. That would be a good time to hydrate. You know what we haven't done this playthrough? We never actually ran the MWSC update, which needs to be done frequently because Null Cascade is crazy and updates it almost daily, tweaking things. If you're enjoying the stream, I've been streaming every couple of days lately. And also there's a recorded video that gets released. Right now it is daily. I've got about a week in the queue. So keep an eye out for those. The video is, if you'll notice, the streams are not chronological. The videos are what I did in between the streams. There's a playlist, Let's Play Morrowind, Dacia, Black Eye Blades Novice, that if you want to watch everything chronologically, you can go there. And I add the streams when we hit the appropriate point in time. I think there's 28 episodes between recorded and streamed right now. Obviously not all of them are visible because I'm about a week ahead. Alright, now where is that boat? The boat is over here. There's also a cliff racer, because of course there is. I have Racers by Danae installed, and not only does it add a bunch of different types of cliff racers, if you kill enough of the same type, eventually you'll stop seeing them. I don't think I've hit this thing once yet. There we go. These Razorbeak ones are tough. Mature Razorbeak, so it's even tougher than normal. Usually we see the young ones. I don't know if there's a geographical component to where we see some somewhere and others not. Don't know how fancy it is. Alright, I guess I'm not getting those arrows back. Come on. Come on. My climb skill is okay. Ugh. Okay, there we go.
You chose the wrong Bosmer to mess with.
Oh!
You should run
Idle
now.
hands. No time for idle hands. Surrender or forfeit my mercy.
Good to see I'm not the only one missing, ladies. Where's Latte? Why is Latte dead? For real, why is Latte dead? Did he miscast again and I just didn't see it? wish there was an actual resurrection spell for your companions. That would be very convenient. Okay. A cliff racer just paralyzed me.
You will You in die.
Shooting fish in a barrel. Sort of. Alright, Latte, no dying on us. Welcome back, Dacia Black-Eye. Does this mean you've Yes, he and O'Dral won't trouble you for some time. May the Hist embrace you. With him out of the way, we can steal the ship. What are we waiting for? Hurry, take this as a token of my gratitude. We must go now. What did they give us? Amulet of Strength. Nice. Pillows.
No time for idle hands.
It's a slaughterfish, guys. Latte's like, look, I'm swimming, but I'm not wet. Those thieving swits met just as swiftly. Aiding Drulene Fallon brought back memories of better days. Do you still carry that old iron mace? I must have left it at home or sold it. Should you recover it again, I can enhance it at my home using my anvil. Yeah, I have no idea where I sold it, but it was crap. Like, the word rusty was in the name. Alright. Let's take a peek in here. See if there's anything worth looting. Am I tired? Yeah, I'm tired. We might as well just rest. Vess has learned to cast a spell like 5 times. Let's actually rest this time. Peckish, 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 peckish. Bread. Alright. Sadrith Mora. That's cool looking. This is exactly the kind of view I wanted to paint. Let's see. Build an easel here really quick. I think. Okay. Attach canvas. Paint. Watercolor painting requires a paintbrush. Well, I can make those. Let's see. No, that's not what I wanted to do. And then over there. Paint. Now we're getting wet. And Cast 1 was supposed to meet us here. Let's see if he's actually here.
Whatever you want, within reason.
This is the official Telvanni hostel for outsiders visiting. I need to get my hospitality papers out. Nope, I do have them out. Okay. Work. You have your reward. Good day to you. Ralos. Ralos Ineth? Yes, I've heard of him. He was staying at Farah's Hole in the Wall last I knew. Okay, because we talked to the ghost of that necromancer who told us to ask the tale of Inaru Duralas is required learning for a reason. Her confrontation with the Brotherhood filth near Balmora secured our exclusivity for generations. Develi Duralas, her direct descendant, now serves in Sadrith Mora. No one tells the story with more detail or pride than she does. Dark Brotherhood is a depraved perversion of the ancient law-abiding order of the Morag Tong. They do not advertise their services or their creed, but they're an outlawed secret society of assassins with an evil reputation and are often associated with Daedra worship. The Morag Tong is the sworn enemy of the Dark Brotherhood. Inaru Dralas exemplifies our finest traditions. When Brotherhood corruption threatened to spread near Balmora, she was sent to investigate. Without hesitation, she tracked their so-called speaker to his hideout. Our records state that she confronted him and his goons alone, refusing assistance despite his rank. Her victory not only eliminated their foothold, but recovered evidence of their planned expansions across Vardenfell. The Grandmaster still cites her methodology in our training. He needn't look so nervous. I only kill when someone is paying, and who would pay to kill an Ashlander? Thanks. Wait, that wasn't a compliment, was it? The temple forbids. Da, da, da. Well, Thrall, I'll sell it to you for 2,000 drakes. How does that sound? Good. You've made a good bargain, friend. Okay. I just bought a something. Belt of Sanguine Impaling Fortify Spear. That's going in the backpack. We do not have the
My attention is yours.
Threads of the Web Spinner quest, but if we see something that has Sanguine in the title, we're picking it up. Okay, Caswin did not follow instructions to come here. He's at the Redoran Council Chamber for some reason.
Keep
Ow.
moving, scum.
I'm moving, and I'm not scum. I have my papers.
Welcome, friend. Can I sell you today? I'm listening.
Ooh, we could go to our house. I kind of want to hang those paintings on the wall. Which we will need to make frames for them. I'm not sure if we have enough wood to do that. So we need to find a tree outside of Sadrith Mora. Or you know,
What
just
brings
pick up a
you out
bunch
in
of
this
sticks.
mess?
Keep moving, scum.
Constance is like, why are we out chopping trees in such... And Latte is just like, her dedication to her craft is quite admirable, but it means we occasionally get wet. Cat, you have an hour and 10 minutes. Would you like to join the stream? Oh, really? Thoughts on Morrowind? I don't think it's picking it up, but she's purring. Alright. Now we'll go back to our house pod. Hi, Flinny. You kept everything safe for us? Annoys the piss out of me. Peckish and thirsty. Well, that sounds like a good excuse to have stew. Where is my stew pot? There it is. Okay. There. That's the decorative bowl that we were given by Dacia, the Khajiit artist. There. We have a nice, lovely home. Probably should get the candle out from behind the picture frame. Quite lovely. Alright, I'm tired. Everybody's dried off from being out in the rain. The rain appears to be broken.
Care to look at my selection?
Yeah, sure.
Care to look at my selection?
What have you got? Nobody needs that much Durzog meat. Mitch fly stalks. That's a lot of resin. We have so much resin we don't need a whole bunch.
Come on in. You won't find a better bargain in town. Have a look around. I have a
That's
feeling
the
you'll
field
find what you're
easel.
looking for.
Expensive Telvanni hat. Most ridiculous. Common Telvanni shoes. Well, it makes sense since they wear robes. The curved toe is to kick up the robe as you walk in front of you as you walk so you don't get your foot stuck.
Come on in. You won't find a better bargain in town.
Wooden ball. Can't cover. Okay. I think I need to craft an oil palette.
To what do I owe?
And I should probably put everything back in the satchel. There we go.
We're watching.
There we go. Rain is now working correctly. One of these is Ferris hole in the wall. Not that one. Nope. This one? It's a tailor. Ow. Here we go.
Please, speak.
He's around here somewhere. He's the posh-looking Dunmer in the steel boots and greaves. You'd like me to pay me to train your friend? What should I train him in? Sneaking best prices. Galar Evalin's prices didn't used to be so good, let me tell you. That was back when he had an assistant. She headed off back home straight after he filled an important contract, and all of a sudden after that, he has as many clothes as you like, at whatever prices you like. Weird, huh? He's up to some trick or other. My name isn't Farah.
Sorry, stranger. My time is short, so get on it.
Where is that slave?
Ralos. Greetings, I'm sorry, but I'm just about to set off and I have no time to exchange pleasantries, so if you will excuse... What? Yes, I'm Ralos, Ineth. How do you know me? How do you know my name? No matter, please don't take offense, but I have no time for making new friends. You see, I'm setting off on a very important quest. I would not normally things, but you seem like a decent sort, even for an outlander. What is your name? Dacia Blackeye? Have I said that right? Good. Come close, Dacia Blackeye. I don't want anyone else to overhear anything. I trust that you'll keep what I'm about to tell you to yourself as well. I'm on a very important quest to find the lost shrine of Hermaeus Mora, to find the Agum Infinium, to be precise. Yes, I know. You've never heard of a Daedric shrine to Hermaeus Mora before. Neither had I until recently. In truth, I'm still not certain that it exists as anything more than an old wives' tale. But I'm desperate. You see, I lost someone very precious to me some time ago, someone irreplaceable. Her name was Neriella, and I loved her dearly, but my love was not enough to keep her alive. The Agma Infinium is the only Daedric artifact I know of which is strong enough to help me bring her back. I know you think I'm probably a madman, but I'm absolutely serious about what I say. I know full well that what it means to set myself in search of a fabled Daedric relic, but if the Agma Infinium is the only way that I will find my way back to the one whom I love, then I will do it, however it takes to find it. It is as simple as that. In fact, I intend to head to Dagon Fell to begin my search for it soon. I've already told you, I intend to find this lost shrine of Hermaeus Mora. I will leave for Dagonfell soon. What more is there to say? Why are you doing this? I've already told you, I lost one who I love. Her name was Neriella. Yes, I see you raising your eyebrows at me. Yes, she was a Breton, not a Dunmer like myself. It did not matter to me. We may have come from different worlds, but we loved one another perfectly, and we kept no secrets from one another. Now she is gone. Some would say that the story is over, but I will not believe it. I cannot. I must find a way to bring Neriella back. Neriella wouldn't want you to do this. What an absurd thing to say. Of course she would want me to do this. If I can find the Agma Infinium, I could set things right and we could be together again. How could either of us want anything other than that? I've spoken with her. She doesn't want you to do this. But what if you can't find it? What if you die trying to find it? I'm not concerned about the thought of dying. It may seem pompous or foolish, but I'm perfectly willing to die for love. I expect no bard songs or praise for that. It is what it is. My life is mine to do with what I wish, and if I choose to spend it on the sliver of hope that I might one day hear my beloved's voice again, then that is what I will do. Doesn't that seem a selfish way to look at things? Selfish? It's the exact opposite of selfish. Were you even listening? It sounds to me like you're willing to just throw your life into this outlandish quest of yours because that's what you want. Isn't there someone else you should think about? Who else should I be thinking about? Nariella. Nariella is gone, Dacia Blackeye. She is not watching over me. She does not even exist in this world anymore. That is what it means to be dead. I need not consider her wishes. I had just asked her whether she would marry me 3 days before she died. How can the whole sum of a man's life be taken from him in an instant? I'm a man who is blessed enough to have had everything and foolish enough to have lost it all. The Agma Infinium, it is supposed to be a book which contains within it all the secrets of the world, secrets with which one could perform miracles, rewrite the rules of the world, and perhaps even bring someone back from the dead. And not in the way that those heretical necromancers do, cramming a tormented half-mad soul into a pile of bones. A true resurrection, bringing someone back with her body and her mind. I know these must seem like a madman's words when I speak, but this is what I must do. I've already told you. Do you have room for one more on your quest? No, this is not a dainty adventure for the bored and restless. I appreciate your offer, but it is too important to entrust this to the hands of another who I do not know well.
Children, they don't wish to wait. Oh, great Hermaeus, master of knowledge and fate. Little drone is
Okay, I've spoken to Nariella. She doesn't want you to do this. What is that supposed to mean? Do you mock me, Outlander? These are the worst days of my life, and I will not stand here and listen to your jokes. They're in very poor taste. Normally, I would not entertain the notion at all. This is a very personal quest, as I'm sure you can appreciate. But there does seem to be something different about me. Tell me, what is your interest in this quest? I'm concerned with your safety. If I go with you, hopefully it will move the odds a little more in your favor. I had not expected a stranger to be capable of such altruism, but I can see in your eyes that your concern is real. Your compassion touches my heart, Dacia Blackeye. I will gladly have you by my side. Of course, I would not have you come with me on my quest without a promise of some kind of reward. In return for your assistance, I will give you my knowledge of the location of this ancient shrine, and I will forfeit my claim to any treasure that we find in the shrine. I will even give you the Agma Infinium, after I've used it once. One use of the Agma Infinium is all I ask. Does this sound like a fair deal? Excellent. Let us waste no time. I found an old book which seems to indicate the lost shrine of Hermaeus Mora can be found somewhere off the northern shores of Vardenfell. Here it is. You're welcome to read it. I was planning to head to the northern town of Dagenfell to begin the search there. Unless you have any other ideas, I believe that should be our first port of call. I used to be a buoyant armiger in training. I worked very hard to earn my place as one of Vivek's elite. I haven't formally given up my place as an armiger, but I have not set foot in my assigned stronghold at Malag Mar for days. I know that my superiors will take a dim view of that, but it doesn't seem important anymore. Alright. What are we going to do? That's a good question. I think it would be best if we agreed upon a set place to meet if we happen to lose one another. How about Farah's here? Seeing as we both know where it is, I think we should head there if we lose one another somehow. Does that sound like a good idea? Oh great, now we've gained another person. This is dumb.
How may I help you?
Oh, you're interesting.
You'll find the best prices right here.
Drulene.
Yes?
Yes?
Every time I see those slave traders, I just wish I could find a way to release all the slaves. I think the whole idea of slavery is repulsive. Serving an obnoxious Telvanni mage? Oh, the horror. I didn't say anything silly now, did I? No, you did not.
Blessing of the 2 months upon you.
Done very well not.
Lovely downpour. It washes off the stink, if nothing else.
Go ahead.
You're a con- What do you carry that is damaged? Have you actually managed not to get hit? That's just bizarre, Drulene, especially for this. Well, I guess it was the other playthrough where he was like a walking. Alright, folks.
We're watching.
Let's go.
What is it? What do you want? Keep moving, scum.
Where do we want to go? Where will you take me?
How can I be of service to you,
Teleroom,
Outlander?
Azura's random place in the Azura's coast region. Yeah, that doesn't sound great. I guess we can go to Dagon Fell. My ship, Elfscaring, can carry you from Sadrith Mora to Ebonheart, Telbernora, Telmora, or Dagon Fell. Sadrith Mora is the only place to shop for goods and services in the Telvanni district. All the other Telvanni settlements are small, with very few services and very poor selections. I'm a shipmaster. I can transport you by ship to various destinations for a modest fee.
Why walk when you can ride?
Here we go. Dagon fell. And we're hungry. Maybe the other pouch? There we go. And we're thirsty as well. That we can fix. I'm just fine, stranger. I'm Brefe Foggut, and this is Dagonfell. And I guess you want to ask me some questions, like where do you get services in a town this small? Good question. Freifeneld is a trader. She buys and sells many things. Schwarta the Peacock at the end of the world is a pawnbroker and also a publican. Aghard is on the docks if you want to buy fishes. We don't have a smith or a healer. Everyone's had their fair share of that little Bosmer runt Fargon around here. He struts around himself, calling himself Fargon the Brave. Ha! I'll wager that puny man couldn't even fight off a stray scrib. He always comes up with the tallest tales as well. This time he's been telling anyone foolish enough to listen that he's found a secret Daedric ruin that's been lost for centuries. As if he expects any of us to listen to that drivel. You can find him at the end of the world if you need a laugh. Ha ha. This was a Nord settlement thousands of years ago until the Dunmer drove the Nords from Dagonfell, or from Morrowind. Then the Dwemer built a city here. The village was built on the ruins of the Dwemer cities. Since Morrowind became an imperial province, Nord fishermen have returned here. Imperial scholars and adventurers also come here to explore the various Dwemer and Daedric ruins of Sheogorath. Lots of ruins here on Sheogorath. If you're an adventurer looking for loot, or for trouble, it might be worth exploring the island. Muzzleft is the big Dwemer ruin everyone knows about, but there are other places on the island, less famous, less often visited, that might be more interesting, and safer. Okay. At Dagonfell, one of the locals told me that a Bosmer named Fargon is claiming to have found the location of a mythical Daedric ruin. Well, Ralos? Narelli and I came from different worlds. She was the daughter of a Breton noblewoman, and I was a lowly buoyant armiger in training. Would you like to hear the story of how we met? As I said, I was a buoyant armiger in training, stationed at the stronghold in Malag Mar. It was a very grueling path to be a buoyant armiger. On one of my countless missions, which doubled as tests of my courage and skill, I was sent to rid a large ancestral tomb in the west gash of a powerful necromancer. I was afraid. I was no master of the blade back then, and I'm not even now. But that was the nature of our missions. If we declined or if we failed, our place in the order was lost. I traveled to the West Gash, to the ancestral tomb in question. I forget its name now, except that it started with an R. I ventured deep into the tomb, fighting my way through the shadowy minions of the dead. Necromancy is an evil thing, Deja Blackeye. To force the spirits of the dead into one's own service, so selfish. It is an abomination. I was afraid, but I was also determined to bring this foul necromancer to justice. Yet when I entered the main chamber, I saw something I did not expect. I saw a Breton woman in a simple blue robe, pale and wide-eyed. She'd cowered at the sight of me and pleaded for mercy. She told me an incredible story. Her name was Neriella Alandra. She was the daughter of a noblewoman from High Rock, who had come to Vardenfell as a sightseer, but as she had been walking along the rough roads of the West Gash, she had been waylaid by a necromancer. He had locked her within the tomb for a day and a night, preparing to use her for some dastardly ritual. Neriella was so afraid when she first saw me, blade in hand. I told her that I would not hurt her, and I escorted her out of the tomb. I thought it was strange that despite scouring the entire tomb, I had not found the actual necromancer, but she suggested that he might have fled upon sensing my arrival. In any case, we both emerged alive and well from that dark place, only to find ourselves alone in the deep night. Neriella said that she did not know her way to town, and asked me to stay with her. I agreed, partly out of a desire to put off returning to my superiors in Malag Mar with no slain necromancer to report, and partly out of some protective feeling towards this pale, shivering woman. But I was also drained from my battles within the tomb, so we decided that we would make camp and wait for sunrise before making our way towards town. We made camp and we sat by the fire and talked. Have you ever had an encounter with someone where, for some unknown reason, talking is easy and the conversation flows? Have you ever had an encounter with someone whom you've only just met and yet who it feels as though you've been missing for years? I do not know how or why, but when we talked through the night, we talked of our childhoods, our hopes, and our deepest fears. Usually I'm guarded with such things, but with her it seemed like the easiest thing in the world. Morning finally came and we made our way back to Nissus. It was there that we finally parted, and that feeling of sorrow at the parting, and how strong that feeling was, surprised me, and perhaps even more surprising was that I could see the same sorrow written across Nariella's face as well. I returned to Malag Mar empty-handed. I was disciplined for my failure, and given many more tasks to carry out as a penance. Yet somehow I could not stop thinking about Nariella. One day I received a letter from her. The letter asked carefully and politely, as was her way, whether we might meet again. We did indeed meet again on the shores of Lake Amaya. As I made my way there, I remember feeling afraid that this unseen connection which had been between us when we first met would have faded by now, but my fears were completely and utterly unfounded. We walked slow circuits around the edge of the lake, and we talked for hours. It did not happen in that one night, or in 10 nights, or even in 100, but in time we came to love one another. I had never thought that anything could come to mean more to me than my life as a boy in Armiger, but somehow, quietly and elegantly and unassumingly, Nariella Alondra wrote her name across my heart. I cannot believe that it could have ended this way. A rumor about a questionable character is better than nothing at all. I think it would be worth our while trying to find this far-gone person. We will find it. We must. There's no other way. In the past I would answer that I was a boy in Armiger. I defined myself by my faith. Now I answer that I am the one who loves Nariella. Nothing more, nothing less. I will tell you this because I regard you as my friend. There has not been a single day since news of her death that I have not cried and cried until there were no tears left. This is my last hope. You must understand, my last hope. Okay. Okay. This book appears to be an in-depth account of Hermaeus Mora and the ways in which the Daedra have been worshipped across different territories and in different time periods. One particular passage has been bookmarked. Morrowind, or Resdain, as it was known before it came under the power of the Empire of Men, is no stranger to Daedra worship. Indeed, before the rise of the Tribunal, the 3 living god kings of the Dunmer people, it was the Daedra who were venerated. The Chimer of the time worshipped the Daedra with a zeal that is not unlike the Dunmer people's love for the Tribunal in the present day. However, even this ancient worship of the Daedra did not include the enigmatic Hermaeus Mora in its mainstream beliefs. There are a great many ancient documents detailing quite clearly the Chimer faith in the triad of so-called good Daedra, Boethia, Azura, and Mephala, and their fear of the so-called bad Daedra. Interestingly, some elements of these arbitrary distinctions have been retained by the Tribunal Temple even to this day. However, the fact remains that Hermaeus Mora was largely overlooked by the Chimer and their grey-skinned successors, with one notable exception. Several documents purport the former existence of a minor tribe of Dunmer who called themselves the Alclamai, who pledged themselves to the service of Hermaeus Mora. These people were said to have founded the first and only shrine of Hermaeus Mora ever to have been reported in Vardenfell. The story goes that their leader, a priestess whose name is not known, was visited by Hermaeus Mora in a dream of such potency and vigor that she immediately declared the old faiths obsolete and turned her people to the worship of her newfound patron. It is said that the priestess was visited many times as she slept, and in her dreams Hermaeus Mora gave to her gifts of knowledge and power, but also a great task, to build the first Daedric shrine to Hermaeus Mora in Vardenfell. The priestess followed these divine commands faithfully. The Alchemy abandoned their old homestead and lived as nomads until at last they came across a great shrine to Meru's Dagon, deep in the northern seas, far past the coast of Vardenfell. They drove out its local inhabitants, tore down the statue of Daedra of Destruction, and took this shrine as their own. The Alchemy lived for many years in this secret abode, giving up their lives to silent, mysterious rituals to Hermaeus Mora. Who knows what secrets the great Daedra gave to them, yet for all the Daedra's favor, history was not kind to the Alchemy, and they were wiped out by their own Demeri kin in one of many nameless bloody battles that followed the upheaval of the War of the First Council, like the aftershocks of an earthquake. It is said that their destroyers tore down the first and last shrine to Hermaeus Mora in Vardenfell and left it as a cursed heathen place. Indeed, there are no maps which allude to its location now, and no records of its existence. However, one does wonder whether a grand Daedric shrine to Hermaeus Mora can ever truly be destroyed. Somewhere far north of the coast of Vardenfell. Let's go find Fargon. So, what do you think of my homeland so far? It's mine too. You know, Vardenfell, Morrowind, Resdane. I mean, Morrowind is what the Inwa call it. I try to call it Resdane, but I always forget since everyone calls it Morrowind now. Just another reason I hate the Empire, taking our names even, but... I'm glad. I know you had a rough start. Yeah. I'm skipping all this because it doesn't make sense.
No sooner was the warning sound, the first snows touched the ground, shrinking from the howling winds and
that you don't have to drag me along all the time. I mean, if you need to be on your own for a while, we can always decide on where to meet. Actually, I have a little thing for you right here. Oh, where did you steal this little thing? My uncle gave this amulet to me. I was supposed to give it to this Khajiit guy. It's made by a thief enchantress, an old mistress of my uncle, I believe. I have a second one myself, but I have it hidden and am not supposed to show it to anyone. It's supposed to help thieves to communicate when they have to be silent, or when they're at different locations. Ever hear of telepathy? Well, this telepathy thingy... I haven't really tried it, but I think we should be able to communicate also when we're in different cities. I think we can even talk during a battle, so if we're separated and you want us to meet somewhere else, you can always try this amulet. But you should know one thing, your amulet and mine aren't supposed to be too far away from each other for too long. If we're separated for more than a few days, the amulets won't work until we meet again in person. At least that's what my uncle said. So if you need to be on your own for a while, I could very well go to one of the cities while you're away. I'm sure I could keep myself busy with, That little brat, he's staying down in the renter's rooms. Not in a room, mind you. I hear he's sleeping in the broom closet because he can't even afford a proper bed. And you're allowing it? Well, yes.
What's this all about?
Are you far gone? Hail to you, my fair lady! No, do not be alarmed. You stand in the presence of Fargon the Brave. Surely you've heard of Fargon the Brave, no? You must be short of hearing then. I'm Fargon the Brave, champion of the mild, defender of the weak. No one can stop me. In fact, not long ago, I single-handedly discovered an ancient Daedric ruin of mysterious power. Yes, indeed, my fair lady, I wrestled with the great dark seas of the north and tamed it with my strength and my manly prowess. There the seas recognized who was master, and yielded me a secret of the older world, a great Daedric ruin broken with age, yet no doubt stuffed to the brim with priceless treasures. Surely a fine lady of taste such as yourself would like nothing better than to see it for yourself. Yes, and you're a ridiculous little man. Of course you do. Who could possibly resist the thought of a journey beside the great Fargon the Brave himself? Well, I'll certainly take you there. Alas, even grand heroes require some of the Emperor's gold from time to time. Strictly for benevolent and altruistic reasons, you see. Orphanages and such. Yes, so you will have your grand adventure with Fargon the Brave for 2,000 septums. Why, I'm Fargon the Brave. I'm defender of the meek and protector of the innocent. You may also have met my cousin in Saint Denis. He, isn't a defender of the meek or protector of the innocent, but he's a good person, too. Yes, I will gladly join alongside you to these ruins, my fair lady, for 2,000 septums, strictly for the Widows and Orphans Fund, you understand. Right, here's the gold. Yes, good, give it here. Yes, this is excellent. Now I'll finally be able to get off this horrible... yes, Fargon the Brave will take you to the ancient Daedric ruin if you really want. Let's go. What? Oh, that are... Okay. All north of the coast of Vardenfell, this could well be the ruins which contain the shrine of Hermaeus Mora. What are you doing here? No one is supposed to be here. You better go talk to the captain. Okay. Are those trees? Where the heck are we? Huh. Okay. So you're not the captain. You're not the captain. Are you the captain? Nope. Griffin Wing. Where's the captain?
I'm all ears.
Hey, what are you doing down here? Turn around and walk away right now, or there'll be trouble.
You're growing weaker.
Don't think that was supposed to go quite like that.
Yes?
He may have been an unscrupulous character, but if the ruins he's brought us to are indeed the ones which we seek, then he has done me a greater service than he knows. It seems this Fargon person was of some use after all, surprisingly.
Excuse me, Sarah.
Damn it. Let's get some of those unhinging scrolls out. Since I have like 14 of them.
Excuse me, Sarah.
I'm listening.
My sweet Signaire, I was not at all happy with the last batch you sent along. I know you can do better than that. Remember, she must be a comely Argonian, preferably a maid. Most importantly, she must be good with her hands. An appreciation for innuendo is optional, but would be most welcome. Payment is as usual, CC. Bleh. Crassus Curio. Disgusting fetcher.
This is too easy.
There's gotta be a better way of doing this. So we need to find the captain who's not on the boat. Come on. We may have hit the memory thing. No, we didn't. Okay. Alright, so the captain is not on the boat. What the heck? I have no idea what was going on with that. There's Fargon over there. These are definitely ruined ruins. Huh. I still got at least one canvas, right? Yeah. Oh, I have a travel easel. No. Hang on, I'm waiting for that cloud to pass. So hopefully... Come on. There we go. Come on. See how much detail is getting added as the cloud passes? What does depth of field do? I'm not exactly sure. Huh. No. That actually looks pretty cool. Nice. Take painting. Pick That is so cool. I think I'm carrying it on my back in place of my backpack. That's so cool. All right. There's someone over there. I don't know what's going on with that. It's like there's things in the way. Like collision boxes or something. What is going on? I'm allowed to go this way. I don't understand. Who is this? What are you doing supposed to be here? Well, I'm trying. I think I see the captain on the far side of the lake, but I can't get to him. I'm not actually swimming anywhere, am I? Okay, this is really frustrating. Okay, this is super stupid and frustrating. Well, that was poor choice on my part. Am I missing something? Is that not the way it was supposed to go? Hmm. I'll need to open that up in the console and check the Nexus. See if anyone else has complained about the bounding boxes. Okay, we don't have him yet, so we can just not pick him up. What else do we want to do? We want to go back to... What the heck is going on?
Keep moving, scum.
Interesting. Go on.
We are Canary. We are a small people, but our minds are more than make up for our failings in stature. Few other races can compare to our sharp wits. Remember that, Dacia. What the fucking hell is going on?
Is there something I can do for you?
Try walking backwards? Do you know what's going on, Zorro?
Is there something I can do for you?
No, really, okay, what is going on? From the line, Is it something to do with the light collision?
How fare thee, friend?
This is really weird. Are we tripping over path grids or something? Okay, Constance, you're gonna stay here. Olin, I don't know when we're gonna get back
Speak
to.
freely.
Wait here. Alright. Constance?
Yes?
Wander around but stay out of trouble. Okay. I never did get a ring or anything from her, so... Honestly, you don't know. Okay. Well, we will leave those two here. Arvessa...
I'm all ears.
Okay. I'm gonna log off and I'm gonna do some poking around, see if I can figure out what's going on. Thank you for the help, Zorro, but I think it's time to give up for tonight. Take care of yourselves, everyone. I'll see you next time.